One of those is understanding God's omnipotence and how he's all powerful and he's sovereign. That's an attribute of God that can't be compromised on in the Christian faith. And so when we sit here and we say God can't do something because we're not allowing him to, we've actually reversed the roles. We made ourselves God, and he's just a genie in a lamp, basically. So I heard something the other day, and it was a guy was talking about faith and how if we don't have faith, the Holy Spirit can't do any work. Like it hinges on us to believe in God and to believe in Jesus for the Holy Spirit to be able to do any work. We kind of have the Holy Spirit bound by not having any faith. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And I automatically thought of, and I told you this earlier, but the Santa Claus, the movie The Santa Claus. And it's like, oh, so basically God only has any power if you believe in him. And I think that's just, and this is a guy who was a preacher, which this is what really bothers me about this stuff, is that people who are pastors and ministers and preachers and all that type of stuff, like, you should know the core tenets of the faith. And one of those is understanding God's omnipotence and how he's all powerful and he's sovereign. That's an attribute of God that can't be compromised on in the Christian faith. And so when we sit here and we say God can't do something because we're not allowing him to, we've actually reversed the roles. We made ourselves God, and he's just a genie in a lamp, basically. And that's something that going forward, I think our a lot of Christian folks have been missing, is that they misappropriate God's attributes, and one of those being his sovereignty and his all-powerful nature that he has, is that he doesn't need you and he doesn't need me in order for him to be God and do what he does. That's one of the attributes. I mean, there's many attributes of God, but that's just one of them. And that came up to me whenever I was listening to this pastor the other day. Immediately when he said that, I was like, golly, barf. Couldn't believe it. So it's very, and it's sad because so many people, they're attracted to that, because it's like, actually there's something within you that you need to do in order to trigger the power of the Holy Spirit in your life. And it's like, no, you don't. Like, the Holy Spirit is God. So the Holy Spirit doesn't need you to do anything. The Holy Spirit does what the Holy Spirit does without your permission.